Hey guys, another multi-purpose video because I went from bad build into another bad build unintentionally. In this video I want to mainly talk about the Chieftain's Hinakora node, but also before that there was a big patch which changed quite a bit of things. I'm not sure if it's enough to save the league, but I just wanted to notify those who think that the league is bad or already quit. Maybe look into this and decide maybe it's good enough for you to want to play it again. So why I want to talk about this is that, and also another before that, I'm not going to be doing the updated version of the ball lighting of static because I just did not want to continue playing that build and decided to roll a new one. Decided to play Ignite Flamewood. If you have been following my channel, you know that I do like Flamewood, and I did quite a few builds with Flamewood, and they are very strong on a very low budget. It can do a lot of damage. But what I haven't played was Ignite Flamewood. For Flamewood, you are forced to play with totems, and I thought, okay, Chieftain explosions are very satisfying, and Ignite works really well with Chieftain explosions, and Flamewood scales really well with totem life, and the damage can be like really high. So I thought I'm just gonna combine those together and just have good damage, have good clear speed, single target damage good. But I ran into a problem, and I'm gonna explain and show examples. Where do I even begin? Okay, maybe I'll begin with the problem that I have. The Chieftain explosions cannot ignite, and the reason is that as I learned that Hinakora's node, the wiki has the information, if you are not the proxy, in other words, if the totem kills the enemies, the explosion gets triggered. By the way, the ancestral bond does not break the explosions. The explosions will still do damage. However, if you are not the proxy and your totems are the proxy, as in they cause the explosion, those explosions will not inherit the player's stats, which means the explosion itself cannot have chance to ignite, which is a very big problem when you're playing an ignite build and relying on ignite proliferations to clear. The only way to make that explosion ignite is to give or to debuff enemies with flammability. Maybe there's some other ways to give them chance to be ignited. That way it's not a player stat, it's a debuff on an enemy. There is no reason for me to use flammability, and that's not really a good way to do this, what I want, because as a chieftain, if you just stand still, all the enemies, or I guess nearby enemies, which is like between 4 and 6 meters, enemies gonna have -20 to fire resistance against damage over time. And I tested, it works with totems, but it's you who has to be standing still, not totem. So flammability will not lower the resistances below that, because they will always have -20. And flammability is not even 100% chance to ignite, or to be ignited. And I literally cannot ignite enemies with Chieftain explosions if I use totems to ignite them. Now another thing is, ignite still work. This thing says you can't deal damage with skills yourself. The explosion is not a skill, it's a non-skill explosion. So explosions still do damage, and you can still do damage with ignites. But I proliferate ignites, the burning enemies on the ground still burn, and the new enemies come into contact with that burning corpse, they do also get ignited, or they also burn. I'm not sure about the barracks ring. It's kind of hard to observe, but I don't think that barracks works with the... Maybe it's treated a bit differently. And there's also a video confirmation showing how the explosion does damage even if the player has the boots that disable elemental damage or non-chaos damage. So the totems literally ignore player stats, which means you cannot scale the explosion damage if it's not caused by you. If it's caused by totem, you cannot even scale that damage. It's still good damage, but again, no ignite, and you cannot scale it if it's caused by totem. So that's a that's like a mega drawback. So that's one of the main reasons why I decided to quit this build. Like I said, I went from bad build, which was ball lighting of static, not really bad, it just did not feel good, into another bad build. I really want to map, but I don't want to level a new character, so I think what I'm gonna do is just do what meta people do and just play with Destiny Dead Ignite. Even if it's meta thing, I don't know about the defenses, and my Ignite damage is still not looking that good, and I think I'm gonna be using a nerf That way I can scale totem corpse life more. I'm not sure how that's gonna feel for clear speed, but this way at least I could proliferate chain explode with the barracks ring, or maybe just normal ignite proliferation, and just have good clear speed. And a single target, I don't know, hopefully it's gonna be good enough, but like looking at these numbers, like this is not like an optimized build, this is just like a rough plan. Over 4 seconds it would do like 6 million damage with that ignite, which still doesn't sound good. I don't know, I must be doing some. I haven't not done an ignite build in a while. At least that wasn't a minion based build. I'm gonna have to figure out how to tweak this to get more damage, because this does not look that great, but at least it looks better than this build, and at least I believe I could map. I will have less damage than with the Flamewood. By the way, Val Ancestral Warship is still just has crazy scaling. Compared to normal Ancestral Warship, I'm doing like 6-7 times more damage with Val Ancestral Warship Flamewood. Val Ancestral Warship Flamewood would still do so much more damage when Detonate Dead Ignite, still, but it's a lot clunkier. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, and tell you that, yeah, I still don't have a good build. I still haven't really done a single red tier map, and it's been almost a week since the league start. Not really a week, but yeah, I need to figure out something. So I hope that Detonate Dead is gonna be enough, or maybe actually I should try Burning Arrow. After I make this video, I'll probably figure out if I'm gonna be switching to Burning Arrow, because the first build also spent quite a lot of regret orbs into refunding, and I don't want to do the same on this build and still end up with a bad build. So if I do Detonate Dead, all I have to do is just refund some totem nodes and pretty much the same passive skill tree. Detonate Dead just scales so much better than pretty much anything else for ignites. But if you can see some things I could change to get more damage, and actually defenses, I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing about defenses, because with the Flamewood, all I have to do is just drop totem and enemies get taunted and they pretty much don't really attack me. But with this, I have pretty much the same defenses, except I don't taunt. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna be surviving with this. I'll have to figure out something else. Probably gonna have to do Cloak of Flames, physical taken as fire, and stack maximum fire res. I'm not too sure. So yeah, if you got some ideas how to improve this, let me know in the comments below. And I believe that's gonna be it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this short video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you hopefully soon in the next video. Bye bye.